Hello everyone. So in the last session, we saw how to create a button in the screen on the ALV screen, how to make it work. Like if I select all should be checked. If I clicked on this button, it should be unchecked. And we have created one extra button for another purpose that we have not utilized. And we have used our custom GI status or PF status, we'll say. Okay, and that's the reason we are not able to see the standard buttons over available here, or the only the back button which we created at the last, it is available here. Okay, so there is a way we can use the standard toolbar also in our custom report. So today we'll see that how we can create that. Okay, so for that we'll go to the screen called SE41. Okay, it is called a menu painter screen. Okay, in this we have some we can create our own menu painter, like we created yesterday one screen. So there are also multiple standards program or status list, menu bars, anything we can create from here. Okay, so how to create that or copy the standard screen in our program? Okay, so that we'll see today. So I'll take okay, this is not the program. So we have one program, standard program available. Okay, the name of the program, just give me a sec. See, we cannot remember anything. So while we are working continuously, then only it is applicable, and we will be able to store it in our like memory or somewhere, right? That we have to use this table, we have to use this program for these things. So likewise, okay. So just give me a moment. We have one program so that we'll be using, and if someone know that you can speak, I'll just directly write. Anyone?
Sorry, what did you say, man?
Just
Sumit,
yes, tell me.
what do you want?
The standard program name where we have standard toolbars.
Again?
Just be there. I got the program name. So I was looking for this program. My program name is SAP LSALV. Okay. So SAP LSALV. So this is the standard program we have. Okay. So what it having? Okay. If I just execute simply, let's test it. And we have one status. So yesterday we create one status, right? So I'll just copy it and go to SE38. Okay. Go to our main program which we created yesterday, and at the last what we did is we called created one PF status, right? Get my screen. In that we designed our screen that we created some three buttons. Okay, check, uncheck, and one MM03 button. Along with that, we have also created one menu button. So which we back button we created. Now we only see that these these only available here in our screen. See these buttons and the menu one, but the standard buttons like sorting, filtering, or chart, or adding the field, removing, all those standard buttons are not available here. So for that, what we'll do, we'll now use one method. Okay, one way. So how we can do it? SC41 we can go. Okay, and there we have status called standard. So with that, yesterday we created this chat my screen status. Now we'll create one status. Okay, so here the status name is standard toolbar, I guess. Yeah. So we'll take this one. So if I want to test it, just execute. Screen number, I think I need to give 001 or something. Title, I think it does not work. I need to pass some information here. I think it will not work. Okay. Let's not work. Okay. So these are the two, this is a program name and this is the status. Okay. So if I'll go inside this program, double click on that. Okay. So we see this, there are menu bars. It's already available over here, like list, edit, go to settings. If I'll go to AbapX toolbar, these many buttons like open this, double click on that event or this list table kind of thing, sorting part, select all, select, unselect all. These buttons are already existing. Okay, and we are going to utilize this thing directly in our program so that we don't have to create one by one all the buttons. Okay, so that we will be creating. We also have function keys available. Like yesterday we created only one back key, right? And then we didn't have this exit key or this cancel key, a print key, all find key, all those things. No need to create one by one. We can utilize this standard screen. Okay, so how we can do it? So we'll give our program name. First we'll create a copy, like copy status. Okay, and I'll give my program name. So our program name was Z Interactive Report. Okay, and status we'll just give only G standard. Okay, try to give. We can also give normal standard also, but let's give a G name actually. Okay, and we just copy it. That's all, and you don't have to fill any information here. It is for display purpose. When copying, the following subject will be created, and it is displaying you all the information. Okay, and just copy. Okay, now if you'll see here the message, the status SAP SLV standard copied to, this is our program name, Jet Interactive Report, and then G standard. Okay, so let's open that here, display. Okay, now if you'll see the status is inactive. Okay, so we don't have to make any changes over here. We are not going to do any change here. Okay, we are not going to change on do any change here. We'll just save it, and it's already saved, so we'll just activate it. That's all. Okay, now I have activated it, and what is the name of this status is G standard, right? So if I just click on this object list, so it will show my program also here. See, type groups and these the screen status, all those things are available. Okay, so now what we can do is we can go to our program and copy this thing. Okay, so I'll go to SE38. This is our program. Okay, and if I'll simply go to the PF status part where we used our custom PF status, I'll just change it to the one which we have created recently. Okay, set PF status and then G standard. Okay, and we'll just comment the code. We'll not use our custom one. Okay, we'll just save it, and let's see any error. No, then activate it. Okay, let's execute the program. So we'll give 1 to 100. So once I execute, see all the toolbar options which was available in the standard, it came here. There is no need to create all the buttons one by one, one by one, one by one. Okay, but if I just click on this, see, everything got selected. But this is not what we have planned in the last, right? So when you are clicking on this button, this should have checked everything. Okay, but still what you can do here is that, see, if I want to filter this, we can just select this and click on the filter. The filter will work very well. Okay, so if I just select here, okay, so there is some issue with this filter thing. Okay, let's filter with the time if it's working. Yeah, so there is some issue with this numbers actually. So it's all will work. Like if I click on the Excel download, it will spread download the file in the spreadsheet. See, so that also we can do. And this back button, this exit button, cancel button, or print button, if you press, that also possible. So no, not need to do that manually. So this is how we can create our standard toolbar buttons or menu buttons in our custom code. Okay, now we have seen this. Okay, and now we have created 3 buttons yesterday, but it is not available. So what we can do is, okay, so we can create those 3 buttons again in the this custom thing. Okay, so I'll create those 3 buttons. So how we can create is, first we have to see in this selection screen like which field is empty or which can be utilized. So if I'll come here, only here I can see there is an empty space available. See, but not, nowhere else it is available, right? So this is the empty place available where I can create my buttons. Okay, so let's see what was the name of the button which we have created yesterday. So name was check, right? Percent check. So copy this, and this was UNCH. Okay, so we'll just create again. Go to AbapX toolbar. We'll give the button name here. Okay, press enter. If you want to assign some shortcuts, we can give that. Okay, and we can give the same UNCH. We'll use this F4 again. Okay, so it has taken already directly because we have already used in our program. The other thing was some MM03, right? MM03 5. Okay, enter. So if I just save it, activate it, just because, see, we have already used this in our program, that's why it is saved in the repository and it automatically came. If it is not there, then that time you have to fill these information again. Like you have to give the function text, you have to select the icon. Okay, you have to give icon text if you want to give like uh, button to select all button something. Okay, select all, select all, and just OK. If I want to say for this one, we can say deselect all. Here MM03 we can give, okay, and save it, activate it, and come back to the main program. Okay, now if I just execute the program, okay, we have to activate this also. Now let's execute the program. I'll give 1 to 100. Okay, now see if you here, see our text is coming select all, deselect all, and MM03. Along with that, the symbol is also coming. So those buttons I've created. Now we have already written the functionality for these buttons, right? Yesterday's call. So if I just click on this button, now it is all checked. Now if I click on deselect all, it is all unchecked. So MM03, we have not written any functionality in the system, but if you want to write some functionality, what you can do is you can just come here, okay, and you can write else if again, one more else if, and the RCOM value is, I guess, MM03. Okay, then what you have to do is just print some message. We'll just use some message here. You just clicked on MM03 button, type I, save it, check it, and activate it. Okay, let's go to the screen again, execute 1 to 100, execute. If I just click on the select button, it's working. If there is select button, it is working. Okay, if I click in on MM03, see, we got this response. So you just clicked on MM0 button. So based on that, we can write our own logic, like what we have to perform or something. So mostly when we create this button in the real business scenario, what we do is like either we select these entries, okay, or we send it for further processing, or we can change the status of this material to unused or do not use, or also like we have some purchase order, okay, which is available to be released, okay, so that we first call in the report and we can click on this MM0 button, sorry, that release button I can say, and then that will go for release status. So those kind of tasks we can do with the help of this ALV and the button and the symbols available over here. Okay, so this is from the side of how we can use this button and symbols things. Okay, now we'll learn one more thing over here, that if I'll just activate, okay, now there is one more thing available, like if I just go to this program, okay, now there is a requirement from the user side that if I click on this field over here, okay, double click on that, then it should take me to the material screen, which is MM03, or if I say it is a purchase order number, it should take me to this ME23N. Okay, so we have screens available like MM03. If I'll say MM03, what happens here is if I give some material, let's suppose 88, press enter, then it shows me all the information. Okay, so if I just enter, okay, F4, or there's no need, okay, then it shows me all the information related to that material, okay, that we can see here. So there is a possibility they can ask you to just so that they can click and come to here. Same goes for ME23, like if you are showing some purchase order report or purchase requisition report, so they can say, okay, I need to go to this screen, okay, let's suppose open any purchase order which is there in the system. Okay, let's suppose this is a purchase order, and they want that once I clicked on that purchase order from that screen, it should come here directly. Okay, so let's try to build that. There is some issue with MM03, but still let's see, okay, how we can achieve this. So just give me a sec, guys. Yeah, Let's go to the program, and first let's see if any event or something is being triggered or not. Okay, so I'll just put a debugger here, mhm, an RCOM, and execute it. So 1 to 100, execute. If I'll just double click on this, okay, see, if you'll see here, the connected to the debugger. The debugger has started. Okay, let me reshare my screen so that you can see what is coming in the debugging screen. Yeah, okay. So we got the response here in this SciCom field. Okay, it is type in the RUCM. This is the event which we got. See, for the button we saw a check, right? For the uncheck button we saw a UNCH. For the MM03 we saw this one. When we double click on that button, it asks for this RUCM as IC1. Okay, so we will utilize this, that when the value is this, okay, then we have to write our code. Okay, so we'll just execute simply and we'll go out to the main screen. Okay, and then we'll try to write some code over there for this functionality. Okay, so now we will also write one more else if. See, when we have these many else if available, I'll tell you what we can do is, this is not recommended by SAP, or it's not a best practice to use like that. Okay, so I'll just show you how we can optimize this code with our case and case statements. Okay, so first let me write it now first, and then we'll see how we can do it. Okay, so now we are writing the code for, like, if someone is double clicked on that MM03 button, what should happen and like how the program should behave. Okay, so in that case what we'll have to do is that we'll have to read the data first from the table. Like, we just clicked on the first thing, right? So we'll be using read table. What is our table name here is LT final. Okay, into, I think we have not created any work area, or do we have work area available? We have work area. Okay, WA final. Okay, so what we are doing here is that we will be reading that information, like when someone clicked on that button, right? So we are reading that information directly. Okay, so into WA final, we have something called index. Okay, so that works here in this statement. Like, we have to read where in the screen the person has clicked. Okay, so how we can get the index is, we have this thing available, RS field. If I just double click on this, okay, and here we might see tab index, some index, right? So that we have to use as tab index, where in the table index which was used. Okay, so we have to use this field from the table. Okay, so how we can use it, we'll just copy this thing, rsl field. Okay, and then hyphen control space, or we can start typing also, like a tab, and then it will come as tab index somewhere. Yeah, okay, that's how we can write the that line which we are clicked. Like, we can click any line, like first line, ninth line, 10th line, any line we can work on. Okay, then we'll check if WF final. So we having material number, right? With the help of material number, we have to go to MM03 screen, right? So we have to check whether that field should not be empty. Otherwise, we will not be able to see in anything in that system. Okay, is not initial. So this, I have already told you that we can check blank value, or we can put the initial keyword. Both will work same. Okay. So is not initial means some value is coming in this material field. Okay, and in that case what we can do is we can set parameters. Okay, so set parameters id. Okay, now what is set parameter IDs? Okay, so let's show you what is parameter ID. Let me show first what parameter ID is. So if I'll go to mm03 screen, okay, mm03, what we are providing here is material number. Okay, so if I'll go to the technical details for this one, how we can go to the technical details, we can click on F1 button. Okay, if I click on F1 button, we get this pop up, right? that what is this field about, and we here we see the technical information section. Okay, you are not able to see my screen, just second, because one pop-up came up. Guys, if you are not able to see my screen, please let me know. Sometime it happens and I'm not able to showcase you. Mm, yes. See, when I clicked F1 on that, so this screen got pop up. Okay, it shows us, it calls performance assistant. So here we can see that what's the documentation available for this and what is the technical details. Okay, if any help is required, we can click, and then a lot of blog will be coming how we can utilize them. So let's click on the technical information. It is available in all the screens of MM03 or ME23N or wherever you want to display the information of anything. So if you'll come here, what all information is available here in the screen? Just let me reshare my screen because one more pop-up got up. Mm, I don't know how to do this. No, no, performance. Yes. See here, if you'll see this information here, what all information is available when I click on the technical information button available there. So here we have what's the current standard program name, what's the screen being called. Okay, GUI said what's the program, which menu it is. Okay, table name is RMMG1, which holds information. What's the field name, Maitner. Okay, search help is available, and here we have something called parameter ID. Okay, so for all the screen, this parameter ID will be available. Like for ME23, and also it is available for all those fields. Okay, so we'll take this parameter ID because we are going to pass the one value into this field. Okay, so we'll just copy this parameter ID from here. Okay, and we'll go back to our program SE38, change mode. See, I could have written the parameter ID name, but we should know how to find the parameter ID for any field. Okay, so we'll just say set parameter ID as a mat. Okay, so that we can get from there. Okay, and then field, and what's the field name are? Field name is this one. For this field, we are setting the parameter ID as mat. Okay, so this is one statement line which we have to do. Okay, let's check any error is there. There is no error in the system. Okay, now we'll be calling our transaction. Okay, so we have to call transaction. Okay, what's the transaction name is MM03. Okay, sorry, MM03. Okay, and we give skip. Okay, one sec, and skip first screen. Okay, so what happens that when we are inputting that number, right? So what is the first screen? Okay, so when we go to this MM03 first thing, right? So if I click on this MM03, when I click enter, so this screen is called first screen when we are inputting the material, but we are already passing that material from our program, so no need to show this screen here, and directly we can jump to either this screen or we can jump to next screen. Okay, so I think it's gonna be some tricky, but still let's see. uh, we have to use some more steps to get into the description, but let's see whether it's gonna work or not, because I have not used it for a long time, but it works very well with the PO number. So if it is not working, then I'll show you with PO also. Okay, then what we can do is that set parameter ID field Meitner call transaction MM03. Okay, so this much is done, and we'll just close the statement, and if just save it, check it, and activate the code. So there is no error. We'll just pretty printer it so that the code gets format. Okay, and then activate it. Yeah, it's activated. Now we'll run the program. So 1 to 100. Okay, if I just execute it, the screen will pop up. So now what material we have taken is 38, or I'll say 88. Okay, or okay, 88 will be taking it. So if I just click on this button, okay, the debugger has started because I put a debugger. Let's execute this. So if you're able to see this screen got pop up because we have not skipped this screen, so that's why we directly came to this screen. Okay, let me come back again to that screen. So we went from here. Okay, And if I just click on any of the screen like 58, so if I just click on 58, okay, and then as soon as it get clicked, so this screen got open and this material thing is available here. So we can directly check all the things which is available here, and which plant you want to know the information, like we have plant storeroom available. So there are a lot of plants and can be, our storeroom can be there. So it is like a one material like exists in all the plants. So once you start working, you will be knowing that what is plants, what is storeroom, and all those things. Okay, so that's how we can call our transaction here. The similar way, if I want to show you like how we can do this, like just forget that thing that we have clicked on that button. I'll just show you one random thing, like what we can do is we can click any place, okay, and I'll just take one PO number and call the PO screen. Okay, so how we can do is let it be there, and we can directly set the parameter ID. Okay, let's see. And field, I'll say okay, can I give any value over here? Let's see if I can pass the value directly without calling any FM or something. Okay, just give me a sec. Let me copy one PO number from the screen which we have seen just 2 minutes back. So I'll take this PO number which I have already seen, copy it, and paste this number over here. Yeah, called transactions. The transaction name is ME23N, and the parameter ID will be different for that. So the parameter ID is, I have already seen, that is BES. Okay, and skip first screen. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it works or not. Okay, so read table is initial, parameter is fine, and this is okay. Let's see if it's gonna work or not. So I'll put a remove this debugger from here and save it, activate it. So let's execute it. Okay, we can give any 100 numbers. Okay, and if I click somewhere in this screen, right, if I click somewhere, see, this is for material thing, but we have given one hard coded value that you go and open the PO screen. Okay, so if I just double click on that, let's see any PO screen get open or not. See, so the PO number which I gave manually, if you'll see 371, and this got open. So this can be achieved with this help of with the help of our double click event, which is our IC one, and we can read the table content. Hope it's clear, guys. So I'll be removing it. I was showing for example because we could not see the MM03 description, all those information. That's the reason I give it here. Okay, save it, activate it, and that's all. So for today's session, I'll not be teaching much. So but tomorrow I'll just first stop the recording, then we can have some doubt session.